so excited. We're going to do a little mini vinyasa flow. We're going to start on hands and knees. This should be very invigorating for us. Let's just quickly take a moment to warm up the wrists, or you can do a practice snack that's focused on wrist warm up, but we'll do a short one here. I'm going to start to just roll through the wrists, really grounding down through the base of the fingertips. So when we bend at those joints, we're making contact with all four of them. Let's just roll through the hands here. And switch directions. Try to do a few raises. Good. And then from there, let's just flip the hands, coming into this wrist rotation, fingertips pointing towards each other, and then let's revolve them back. Maybe start with a few forward and back, side to side, circles. The idea here is that we want full connection through the outer rim of the palm, the base of the knuckles, really grounding through the index and thumb, gripping those fingertips just to create a lightness in the wrists, all that good stuff. Good. So inhale, we're going to roll the pelvis, so arch the back, drop the belly, open the throat, gaze to the tip of the nose, deep breath in, exhale, coil the tail under, and then maybe we lift the knees. So pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. Really start to pull the feet towards your hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Softly release down, coming into cow pose. Deep breath in, expanding across the ribs. Exhale, coiling the tail, lift the knees, drag them back of the mat towards the front of the mat again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Softly rest the knees down. Last one. Inhale to look up. While the chin is looking up, the gaze is to the nose. Exhale, coiling the tail under, lift the knees. Now pull those feet towards your hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then from here, we're going to lift the knees up, reach the hips back, finding our way to a downward dog. Let's shake out any tension in the neck. Start to pedal the feet, getting long through the spine, making those connections. Everything is feeling alive and awake. The backs of the calves, the fronts of the legs, sides of the hips, all across your side body, the skin on the outer arm, the skin on the inner arm, all of it is starting to activate, getting involved. Sway the hips, just noticing where you feel tight. Inhale, let's lift the heels high in the sky. Exhale, fold the tail under, start to unravel into a plank. Pausing here in plank, we're going to lower the knees, track the elbows over the wrists. As we come forward, rest the heart down onto the floor. Breathing here, hug the elbows in, tracking them back, shoulder blades down the back. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees towards the front of the mat. Exhale, push up, back into all fours. And then we're going to slowly walk the hands back, coming into a squat. Let's walk the feet open. And then from here, just start to shift from side to side, kind of like waking up the pelvis. Now it can be a little bit higher if you need. You can rest your forearms on your thighs. Remember, it's going to feel the same for all of us. It's just going to look different. The sensation we're after is just working on just the edge of some stretch. We don't want to be going too far into anything. So we're just playing on that boundary so that the body feels safe. That's the only way it's going to open for us, is if it feels safe first. So wherever that is, let's take the right ankle with the right hand and then start to move that knee so that it tracks over the toes. And then we're going to do the same on the left. Now turn your gaze over to the left. We're going to press into the right foot and just give that left leg a little bit of a traction. So I'm kind of creating a nest going into the skin and then moving the skin away from the hips. And just gently rock a little bit, but keep the lion's share of your weight in the right foot. And just use the exhalation to get in there a little bit. And then we're going to switch sides. So resting into the left, start to create a nest with that forearm on the right side, moving the skin away. We're just helping to track the knees over the toes and creating a gentle rock from side to side. Try to lengthen the spine out of your hips. Softening something, just kind of surrender to it. And then finding our way back to center. Let's lift the toes, bring them back. Good. And coming back to a down dog. We'll set the feet so that they're about the distance of our hip bones. And on an inhale, let's take that right leg up. This is three-legged dog. So everything is awake. Everyone's doing their part. Now here we're focused on neutral hips. Let's hug in the hem lines, that inner seam of both legs. So really awaken the legs by reaching through the left big toe mound of the extended leg and really grounding through the big toe mound of the standing leg and hug those thighs towards each other. Inhale to grow longer, press into your palms. Exhale, let's step that foot through, coming into a low lunge. Inhale to breathe the arms up. So again, coming just to the edge of where we start to feel this. Through the front hip of the left side. Just staying with it. You can curl those back toes under. Now interclasp your fingers. Let's place them behind the head. Inhale to start to lift the heart up towards the sky. Start to reach the elbows up and back. And then come out of your lunge just ever so slightly. Fold the buttock flesh down towards your knees, just coming into a slight pelvic tilt here. And then exhale, let's float the hands down. We'll place the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Exhale to lift. Getting really strong through both legs. Now meditate on that left foot. Exhale, let's rotate. Bring your gaze up towards the right arm. Inhale to roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Breath in. And then exhale, we're going to keep going. Let's see if we can roll over to the side. Now you can push into this front foot, into your right foot, and stay here, or start to roll onto the outer right edge. Just depends. Keep lifting that left quad, working the strength of the left arm, working the strength of the leg by really grounding that outer edge of the left foot down for 3, 2, 1. Maybe you want to challenge the balance here. And let's place that foot back down. Move towards the front of the mat. And step back into downward dog. Just shaking out any tension in the neck. Coming into the other side. Inhale, left leg comes up. Trying to really imagine you were doing this, well, with 4 limbs, then 3 limbs, then maybe even 2 limbs at some point. So make sure that back leg is doing its part. Getting the weight evenly distributed on the left hand and the right leg. Hug that inner midline together. And exhale, let's step it through. Gently place the right knee down. Inhale, breathing the arms up. Good. Interclasp your fingers in the reverse grip. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, softening something. The shoulder blades, think of them just sinking into the back of your heart, tipping it up towards the ceiling. Gently tuck your tail under, coming into slightly different variation. Woo! Welcoming any little wobbles. I wobble all the time. And then exhale, let's float the hands down. Let right hand underneath, let right shoulder. Exhale, let's fire up the legs. So both of them are getting strong, actively working. Blood is flowing. Inhale to breathe that left arm up. Really meditating on the right foot. Keeping it awake. Remembering to smile. It's just yoga. Bring your arms up, your gaze up. And we're going to keep this moving. Let's see if we can roll towards the side. Coming into a version of Vashisthasana. Side plank. So really activating through this underside leg, lifting the quad away from the knee. Option 1 to press into the foot. Really just trying to get into the outer hip here. If you need a little more to access it, you can pivot to the outer edges of the foot. All the points of contact touching the floor. Just create a nest, ground them in a little bit more. And then all the points that aren't touching the floor, let them radiate out through the center. Exhale, let's come back to that lunge. Just pause here. And stepping it back to down dog. And coming through Vinyasa, inhale, lifting the heels. Exhale, folding the tail under. Coming all the way down to the floor. And uncurl the toes. Place your hands by your side. Inhale, let's lift the knees, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Exhale, peel the shoulders and head up. Off the mat, start to feel the spine engaging. If you want more, you can come into Shalambhasana. Letting the heels draw apart. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then slowly taking your hands underneath your shoulders, pushing up into Cobra. Opening the feet about the distance of your hips. Hug the elbows in. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, just walking and pedaling the feet. And shaking out the head. Good. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale, stepping it through, coming into Virabhadrasana 2. So again, stacking the right knee over the right ankle. Bringing your chest square to the side of the mat. Exhale to bring your gaze past the middle finger of the front hand. And staying right there. Good. Now inhale, we're going to come forward, get some length here. Walk that back foot in. And we're going to take this arm underneath. Reach this one over to the top corner of the mat. And see if you can just move the skin of the thigh inward. From there, we're going to start to track the shin back, the front leg, coming into Trikonasana variation. You can gaze under your armpit, looking off into the distance, a million miles away. You can close your eyes, just making sure not to hyperextend that front leg. Always micro bending, keeping an activation through both legs. Let the hips move together, sort of revolving towards the right. Right leg in external rotation, left leg in internal rotation. Scooping under. Good. And from here, coming back up to Vira 2. Taking a moment to pause here. We're going to open the toes of the back foot. Start to shift. Sitting back here. Reaching the left hand out to the back corner of the mat, opening things up. Now start to drag that right heel towards you for 3, 2, 1. Moving out of Skandasana, we're going to push onto that foot. You can always use the help of the floor, grounding at the top of the mat, stepping back into plank, lower down to your knees, Vinyasa. Inhale, peeling the chest up, finding our cobra. And exhale, moving into downward facing dog here. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale, stepping it through. Vira 2. Good. Really broadening across the chest, turning our gaze past that left middle finger, dropping the knee over that left ankle. Staying really attentive, meditating on the right shoulder, opening up. Good, and then let's break this down. Inhale, reaching the fingertips forward, heel toe the back foot in. We'll point the toes forward to 45 degrees. Exhale, let's take that top arm down, in between, grabbing for the skin of the top thigh, swimming the other arm up and over to the top right corner of the mat, and then gazing under your right armpit. Good, so how you doing? You can start to press the arm into the leg, leg into the arm here. And just making your way into Trikonasana legs. Mindful of the knee. Legs are actively working, lengthening the spine out of the hips. Just allowing yourself to go quiet. Welcoming any shakes. Inhale to start to track the knee in line with that left ankle, finding our way back to Vira 2. Beautiful. And then we're going to slowly open the back toes, shift back into Skandasana here, dragging that front foot towards the back of the mat, opening things up. Good. And then slowly shifting forward, planting the hands, stepping back into plank, shaking out your head. Inhale, lifting the heels, coming through to sit. Resting on our backs. Coming into a set of bridge, taking your hands by your side, parallel the feet. Inhale, grounding through your heels, the center of your heel, big toe mounds pressing down, just lifting the pelvis, hugging the knees together, moving the skin towards the knees. Tops of the thigh skin moving towards the knees. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rolling through the vertebrae, coming down, taking a moment to pause. Draw your knees into your chest. And then we're going to slowly take the feet, creating a tent, arms by the side. I'm going to slowly fold, windshield wiper the legs from side to side. And finally, resting into final Shavasana, legs extend, arms by your side. If you have time to stay here for 3 to 5 minutes, please do. And if it's just a quick one today, you can slowly start to bend your knees, roll onto one side, and softly come to a seated position. Just noticing how you feel. And hopefully that leaves you feeling energized. Maybe you're ready to go off to the next activity. Maybe you're ready to do another little snack, but we are doing it, these little practices every day more frequently, and I'll see you at the next snack.